Welcome. Today we'll be looking at materials. We'll be using 3ds Max for this tutorial. So let's begin. As you can see, I've got my materials editor open and an example mesh on stage. Now you can easily spend hours dealing with materials and the ins and outs, so I'll just be doing quick basics on the simple starting of them. If you select a material and drag it to your object, it will apply that material to your object. You can change basic colors of your objects straight away, and you can set self-illumination, which basically will give that object a glow, and you can set the color of the glow as well. So if we do that and say okay, render, you can see it's now bright whitish with a greenish glow. If you see here on standard, if we open that up, there's a selection of items here. Now what these are the basics for what kind of texture you require. If we go to architectural as an example, it gives us different objects that we can then look at. As we go here to templates and says user defined, if we open up, we've got ceramic, fabric, glass, metal, paint, stone. You can set up your own ones, user defined, water and wood. As an example, if we go to, well, there should be a mirror one in here, which is that one there. We don't have nothing on stage to show, so what I should do is do glass translucent. Do a quick render. Okay. Diffuse, shine, transparency, translucency. Let's bring that right down. That one's not working without anything else on the map. So if we go clear, render, and voila, it seems to be invisible, but it is not. Diffuse color, and let's give it a good blue, bring it up, say okay. Transparency, let's bring this down a little, and do a render. And there we go. If you had anything else on stage, it would be translucent, see through it, and have a bluish glow to it. So you've made yourself some blue glass. That is on the architectural design settings, where you got these and you can set up other stuff to them. If we go back, change it, let's say we use a standard setting, which is the default. We go maps. Now in here you can set other options. We shall click on going to the bump setting, and here where it says maps, select. We go to the noise filter, and gives up an option here with settings which you can play around with. Size, thresholds, fractal, turbulence. Turbulence is a good one. Do a quick render and straight away you can see what it's done. It's given a 3D effect of nice mottled shape. If you use regular again, change the size here and make the height there more bumpy. You can play with these settings to achieve your goal and get all sorts of effects out of it. You can add on top of each one another noise filter if you wish, or you can come out of this and change it completely to something else. If I pull across a two-dimensional map and apply it, yep. What I've got here is a 2D map of Mars, which has been specially designed to go onto a round sphere. Voila. You can use anything for maps, from 2D to 3D items. Best thing to do is to take an existing material, open it up and see how it works. If we go to standard for materials and go material library and we go open, what you then need to do is find your library. Just got to find mine. There we go. Now you'll have a load of different material settings. If I go to the basic setting, it automatically gives you a nice selection which comes as standard. And these will all give you different starting blocks to begin with. And I recommend you apply them, pull them apart, see how they look and how they work. Each one will be different. Let's say groundwater. It's already applied. Let's have a quick look. If you notice, you can see what it's got in here. Reflection. It's got a mask and a map. In the bump, it's got a noise and map. So if we look there, this is just a standard noise filter. Come back out. Go into refraction. There's two maps in here, and we've got the settings you can adjust in there. I recommend playing around, having a look at the different ones that are available if you wish to make a custom one, or if you can't, find somewhere online where you can download them. You can get them readily. Some you have to pay for, some you can get for free. So best thing to do is just play around and experiment. One thing you need to take into account though, when it comes to rendering time, if you have a material that has got a lot of detail in it, such as refractions, reflections, transparency, bump maps, and it's a large mesh, it will affect your rendering time. The more items you have with specific meshes and things applied to them will take longer to render, so bear that in mind when applying and choosing your textures and maps, as it will greatly change the speed and time that it takes to render a single scene out. Hope this helps. If there's any comments or any extras you want to know, please leave a message or note and I'll see if I can get back.